Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing alright. So, this drawing was inspired by Gabriel Cruz. I've talked about him a few times, it's been a while, but he has a YouTube channel called Gabriel Cruz. I think, and he's got a backup channel called, I think, Gabriel Cruz Backup Research Channel. I could be mistaken, but Gabriel Cruz should bring him up. I highly encourage you all to look into his information because I have not found anybody else who's broken down what's really going on here, what I believe is going on here with humanity and the world and this reality and everything about it, why it is the way it is, from an energetic level. Like, he really breaks things down to an energy form, and I like that because it takes away the labels, it takes away the stereotypes, it gets things down to the brass taxes, as you could say. He goes into why the infrastructure is designed the way it is, why they use the color red all the time. I mean, it's all about sucking our energy and using our negative energy to, essentially fuel themselves and give themselves more power. It's a vampiric system. It's extremely vampiric. It's extremely just evil. I mean, it is what it is. And again, this evilness is only allowed to spread, and it is only spreading and growing because we are the ones growing it. These people don't really have much power on their own. They're weak. They're not made from God. They're not made in the image of God. Okay, we are. We're the ones with the power. But because we've fucking fallen away from God's will, we're not walking in his good. We're not following his commandments. I'm not saying that everybody's not, but the way this society is set up is not harmonious with the earth, is not harmonious with love, is not, doing things as well as they could be done, is not doing things the right way. It is what it is. And a lot of people are, choosing to sin and perpetuate sin and think it's cool. It's one thing when you got an issue and you're trying to get over it and you have an issue and, you're working towards something different. You're aware of your problem and it's not good for you and others, but it's a habit, man. We all get them, we all fall into it. I have my own that I'm still working on. But it's another thing when you choose to act and be and behave a certain way, knowing it's not good, knowing it's not helping yourself, knowing it's hurting other people and yourself, and you think it's cool. That's the shit that really bugs me. It just irks the hell out of me. And it's also just because, I know, if these people just knew a little bit more, they would realize how uncool it really is, how fleeting it really is. It's not sustainable. It's not something that's really, got any real fucking roots that are going to live on. It's temporary. It's fleeting. It's something that's just it's weak as shit. I mean, it's something that can be broken within an instant. And the way that energy pattern is going towards an entity that does not give a fuck about you. Will do everything it can to use you, to tear you up, to mislead you, to deceive you, to abuse you, all these things. And yet people still think it's cool to go ahead and act this way. And a lot of these people, they just don't know better. Some of them may know better, but a lot of them don't know better, and they just go along with it because everybody else is going along with it. It's these trends. They need to end, and they bring about an end. It's not good. But anyways, I'm fucking just rambling on here. But what I want to talk about is this video, or this, in this video, is this drawing. And just to give you guys a little bit of a, theoretical idea of how things could be in the near future. So these are all pyramids, which you could probably make out of hempcrete, and hemp being a very electromagnetic, it's very electromagnetically conductive. It would be a good material to use because these pyramids, as it's been rumored, the pyramids in Egypt are actually giant batteries. And because evilness is now running the land over there, these batteries that did generate power and give power and electricity are now being used to suck power. It's being inverted. They flipped everything backwards. That's why we live in an evil society, because it's not harmonious with life. It's backwards from life. It destroys life, so it's evil. Just like they've turned these pyramids from being things that could generate electricity to being things that actually take electricity from us. And then they take it from us and they use it for their own fucking evil devices. They use it to amp themselves up, to get off on it, to get high off of it. Anyway, But it doesn't mean we can't rebuild pyramids with good intent, you know, and use love and positive energy as our current, and thus generate that for the whole land that we're around in the radius that it's allowed to fucking travel. And this would, in my opinion, to a greater or lesser degree, like literally create a force field, because like each one of these pyramids is going to have a radiating frequency that's just constantly vibrating based on how much energy and attention is put into it. So if you have a number of them all around your campsite, this would be the middle of our campsite or our home base, you could have all these guys around them generating this force field of energy. Now, it might not be literally like the force fields you see in Star Trek and things of this nature, but it will be a force of energy that can be felt. And like good energy repels bad energy. So like if there's enough good love energy and there's enough good love current, it's literally going to kind of like push back evilness. Like they won't be able to get in. I think it'll even mess with, you know, some of their technologies and electronics. And it also, you know, I believe in spiritual deflection because I've witnessed it personally. So I think like it could, I mean, if we were to get attacked by an array of guns or missiles or bombs, I mean, there's a good potentiality that it would deflect these things or neutralize them. It is what it is, man. You know, the world is more fantastic than we've been told. So anyways, yeah, you could have, you know, four, just a simple drawing, just 4 pyramids around our base camp. These would be the little dwellings, the little spirals, and just how the energy would just radiate. It would be constantly radiating based on how much attention and good energy that we give off. And you build them that way so that they don't really, you know, you being you and doing what you do would emit its own electrical field. So you wouldn't have to literally go in there and crank it. You know, that would be for the generator center, which would be used more specifically for charging devices. Now, you know, I don't know all the specifics on the sciences of all these things, but just to give you guys a little bit of a hopeful interpretation or, you know, idea of what, you know, an alternative city could look like, and also how, you know, strategically it could be used to defend ourselves. And you can also develop like energy projectile weapons, which just like shoot positive energy out, positive love out. You know, this would, think about it, if you were to shoot like a love beam to somebody who's consumed with hate, that would like stop them in their tracks. Like that would cause them to rethink what they're doing. That would take their finger away from pulling the trigger. In my opinion, I think it's worth a shot. Not to mention, like, based on certain technologies, you could like neutralize other weapons, other batteries, other things of this nature, so that you could render the enemy's abilities to hurt other people, you know, null and void. Like they wouldn't be able to. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to combat this evilness on the planet without actually killing people. Because I'm not into all that, man. I really would love to do this as peacefully as possible. But you know, you got to do what you got to do to survive in the heat of the moment. However, we should all strive to use the technologies that are here and available and known to us as well as we can. So if there is ways to diffuse these things without actually killing people, then we need to do that. So like I said, it's just a little drawing. You know, the color red, one of the reasons why they use the color red so much and in stores and everywhere is because it has such a wide range. It allows so much energy in. So it's an attractor. It attracts things. That's why bulls, they go after red. Like it's a target. They use that a lot in target practice. You know, target the companies actually, you know, it's got red in it. And there's a reason. And then American flag's got red. And then I guess red and blue together, it has just a powerful, just the combination of those two colors together has a very alluring effect, which draws people's attention. So that's another reason why they use blue. So there's a reason why they do all these little things, man. The devil's in the details. And the deeper you dig, you know, the more you find. And the truth can set you free, but it can hurt as well. So, you know, the more that you get into this stuff, the more you talk about it, and the more you perpetuate it in a good way, you know, just expect that the resistance is going to come. Like, it's not going to be all, you know, flowers and roses just because you're trying to put out flowers and roses. No, you're going to get hit with a shitstorm. Because you got to get through that shitstorm and help clean that shitstorm up. That's the whole point of the reality that we're living in right now, is to learn about the difference between good and evil. And, I mean, if you want to overcome it. And that's what the Bible would be here to do, and various other books and texts and characters throughout history have shown us how we can do these things. But now I believe we're at a time when humanity collectively needs to come together and really utilize these things in a more societal, massive way. Instead of just individually using these things for our own personal lives, we need to come together in acknowledgement of what really works for the good of all and just do it and apply it. Which means we all got to get over our own little personal, barriers and petty fucking differences and issues that we have and things holding us back, myself included. We all got things to offer and share. But, in order to offer and really share those things, sometimes we got to really let them go and detach and practice offering and sharing those things. Because it doesn't just happen overnight, in my opinion. You got to really work up to that level. There's levels of Christianity, just like there's levels of everything. There's levels of faith, there's levels of hate, there's levels of evil, there's levels of all this stuff, of skills and whatever type of talent or art you decide to go into. There's levels to it. So, alright, I love you guys. Hope you have a good day. Alright, bye.